Okay, I had this Ruger a Redhawk 357 Magnum 8-shot for about 6 months, and there's three major things I need to point it out. Uh, is first thing is this crane. Yeah, this is came back from the factory. Then after I shot and take it apart, then when I look at it, you see there's a ring. What this ring is, I see it, there's a two stretch mark. So but it's a brand new. They say they changed the crane, but it's they lengthen it. So I wasn't sure. So first my thinking was the cylinder was they cut too long, so they had to stretch it. And then there was a shim. There's a two shim was in there. So stretch it twice and then two shim. And then what happened was after shot and trying to put it back in, it doesn't go in. It was really hard to put it back in. So when I took this out and then when I look at the shim it's not straight. It was like this, like this. That means this is round, or the cylinder inside is cut round. So it's too loose. So I bought the used one from eBay. Put it in, and what I did is I know the cut inside the cylinder is round. So instead of when I put the used one, when the used one has a one ring in it, that means the used one I bought from eBay came once already serviced once to the factory. So I'm trying to put it in and cylinder wasn't crossing. That means it's too long. So what I did is instead of shorting the length, I just 45-degree bevel and then put it in there, and then it got really close, and then I was keep doing just the edge only with the sandpaper edge like that, and put it in, and then now I got it as really tight without very little movement. There's a little bit of movement, about I think it's very close to 1,000 of movement. So I shot it and it's working perfectly right now. Okay, and then the second thing is a previous video showing that this is a cylinder notch right here, and then there's a pin goes hit right there, and then it was sticking. So what I did is I filed one side, but as a function wise perfect this way. But I don't know, I'm more perfectionist. I want to be more almost like a factory repair. So you can do this way, or what I did was, since this hole is off center, so what I did is this cone. So this cone, this extra, I made it on extra. Always when I do work on the gun, I buy extra part. So in case I mess it up, I have another one. Make this cone narrower. So what that does is, because since this is off center, when you're going in here, it's not sits straight. It sits on one side like this. So when is the cone, the cone shape is small, narrower, then it's gonna go in deeper. So what's gonna happen is I'll show you in here. Now it sits almost flush, maybe see right there, that little pin, almost that pin is touching, but it's not touching, almost touching. It's like maybe 2000 gap there. So you don't want a too narrow. This pin is touching, then the pin gonna be too much false, then it might be work out or broke off. So you don't want that. You want the free and move around it freely right here. Then when you remove it, then this little pin is held, this one. So when this is new one and this old one I filed, so it's not the pin is not touching the pin, the pin retaining clip. This clip is touching the pivot spring pivot, but now it's flush with the frame, so it's not touching. But the pin is still touching a little bit, but it's when I pull the trigger, it's very, I don't even feel it, so I'll just leave it like that. So if your Redhawk is, this pin is sticking out too long, and then solved by a narrowing this area, make it narrower. Actually, it should be really, I polished it really good, so shouldn't be any stuff. It was oil, so it should be very smooth like that. Okay, now it's third thing. Not this one. Was not this one. Was okay. This originally, this was in here, in there. What happened was, if you look at, firing pin is touching this transfer bar, but barely at the corner. So I'll put it in the gun. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, this transfer bar is in. Right now I put a extended firing pin from a Bowen Classic, but it's the same position. What is different is, see right now, right here, only covering the half of firing pin, so making indentation of only barely touching it. So inconsistent hitting the fire the primer inconsistently. So like two out of 8, it's not firing. So it's just not optimal. So what I did is I bought a new one from Brownell and one from Midway USA. Okay, I'll take it out. Okay. Okay, so this is, count this one as a 0. I'll set it at 0. So it's a, well, Okay, set this at 0. Okay, and brand new from Brownell. Here's a part number. Transbar for Redhawk. Now, I'm not gonna take it out from the bag because almost same. Just difference is just plastic bag. So it's gonna be same thing gonna happen if I put this in. So when I look at eBay, the eBay transfer is like $10 more than brand new from Brownell or Midway USA. So like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna just buy cheap one from Brownell and Midway USA. Why am I gonna pay more, right? It's not. It's not. It's I think this is a new stock. If you look at the okay, this is new one. Okay, oh, you see the mark, and then the even the color of metal is different. So this two is short ones, brand new casting. This the old stock, old casting, and this already used for 44 Magnum. So 44 Magnum, the firing pin is a little lower, and then the 357 A shot is a little higher, so that they can fit more the round. So I understand that. See, I've been shooting with this one. See, and now it's hitting a little bit higher, but instead of hitting at the edge, instead of hitting at the edge here, now it's hitting more lower. So the difference is yeah, 1.2, yeah, 1.22 millimeter longer. So if you're new Redhawk A-shot 357 Magnum hitting inconsistently hitting a the primer, and maybe you can just get a used one from eBay. Make sure you look at the picture, make sure it's not a new stock, make sure it's old stock or used one. Buy used one like this. It's a little bit rougher. It doesn't, well, I filed this one. I filed it, that's why it's shiny. But when you get the old stock, it's very rough. It doesn't, it's like a rough cut. It's no shininess. But if you new stock, when you get it like this, new stock is shiny one side. So this is the new stock. I think this will be fine if you're shooting a 44 Magnum, because there's a plenty of room to go shorter. Yeah, this is 44 Magnum. So if it's a little shorter, even if it's about this much shorter, still hits the firing pin right in the middle, fine. But the 357 Magnum, if you put in a new stock transport bar, yeah, it'll be barely hitting it from the corner. See, there's a mark on the top, so some hitting it right here. Still, it's a full hitting the firing pin full length. But if you just miss by a little bit, then it's gonna be short stroking a firing pin. Yeah, right there. So there's 3 things that I have to figure out to make it proper. The one thing is I'm still working on this the hammer spring. I put 12 doesn't work, 13 doesn't work, 14-pound doesn't work. So what I did is I bought this is a 19-pound spring for 1911 hammer spring for government model, and then I cut the length. I think I cut about four notches, and I think this might work. It gave me about a 1 pound to 1.5 pound lighter pull with this one, but I have to go out and shoot, make sure, because last time I shot it with the 14, it still gave me 1 or 2 round a misfire. So I'll test it out, then I'll make another video. That'll be my final video for my Redhawk 357 Magnum. Thank you for watching my video.